All right, welcome. Today, we're going to unlock a really powerful skill for understanding the world of business. Basically, how to figure out why some companies totally crush it while others just fizzle out. It's a way of thinking called strategic analysis, and I promise by the end of this, you'll be able to use it yourself. Have you ever just wondered why one brand feels like it's always 5 steps ahead, while another company in the exact same industry just seems stuck? Is it luck? Magic? Nope, not even close. The difference almost always comes down to one thing: a smart, focused strategy. You see, the companies that really thrive, the ones that last for generations, they aren't just winging it, not at all. They are masters of analysis. They are constantly asking themselves, where are we right now and where are we going? And that process, that reflection, it guides every single decision they make. So, how do they actually do it? Well, the entire world of business strategy really starts with a super simple but powerful idea. You have to look in two directions at the exact same time. You've got to look inward at your own company, and you've got to look outward at the world around you. And you know what? This is something you already get. Think about planning your own career. To be successful, you have to be really honest about your own skills and talents. That's looking inward. But that's only half the battle, right? You also have to understand the job market, see where the opportunities are, and that's looking outward. Business strategy is the exact same logic, just on a much, much bigger scale. And this whole process, it has a name. It's called strategic analysis. It's just the formal, systematic way that companies figure out, okay, where do we stand, what are we working with, and what is the world throwing at us, good and bad? So let's break this down. Looking inward, that's your internal analysis. It means taking a hard look at your own strengths and weaknesses. Things like, is your brand strong? Are your people skilled? Do you have some cool technology nobody else has? Then there's looking outward, the external analysis. That's all about scanning the horizon for opportunities and threats. Who are your competitors? Are customer tastes changing? Is there some new technology about to change the game? You absolutely 100% need both of these perspectives to get the full picture. Now, that is a lot to keep track of in your head. So how do managers actually organize all this information? Well, they use a simple and frankly brilliant tool. This right here is the classic SWOT analysis grid. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And just look at how logical it is. The top row is all about internal factors. The helpful things are your strengths and the harmful things are your weaknesses. The bottom row is all about external factors, the helpful opportunities out in the world and the harmful threats. It's basically the compass that every strategist uses to find their way. Okay, theory is cool and all, but this stuff really comes to life when you see it in action. So let's apply this SWOT framework to 4 huge brands you definitely know. First up, the global hotel giant, Marriott. You know them. They've been a massive player in the hospitality world for decades. So let's map it out. Marriott's key internal strength is its world-famous brand and that massive loyalty program they have. But then, boom, an external threat appeared out of nowhere, Airbnb, offering a totally different way for people to travel. So what was Marriott's strategy? They used their strength to fight the threat. They invested a ton of money into their own digital platforms and beefed up their loyalty parks to keep their customers close. Next, let's switch gears and look at the airline industry, specifically the low-cost carrier Ryanair. Oh man, Ryanair is a masterclass in this stuff. Their core internal strength is just ruthless, insane cost efficiency. Their entire company is a machine built to be the cheapest option, period. But they face this constant external threat. Fuel prices can spike at any moment and completely wreck their profits. So their strategy is purely defensive. They have to constantly monitor those outside risks to protect their core strength, which is their entire business model. And now, for a company that completely redefined an entire industry, Netflix. Netflix's power, its internal strength, comes from its gigantic content library, and maybe even more importantly, all the data it has on what we love to watch. But then came a huge external threat. Powerhouse competitors like Disney Plus jumped into the streaming wars with their own amazing content. Netflix's strategy was a direct response. Double down on their strength by pouring billions into creating original, exclusive content, the one thing you can't get anywhere else. And for our last one, let's jump into the fast-moving world of food delivery with Uber Eats. The core internal strength of a company like Uber Eats is its huge digital platform and what we call the network effect. The more drivers and restaurants on the app, the more valuable it becomes for everybody. But it's facing a major external threat. Governments everywhere are creating new labor laws for gig economy workers. This could totally change their cost structure. So their strategy has to be all about navigating this tricky, shifting legal world to protect their business model. So, after all these examples, what's the big takeaway here? What connects all of them? Well, it all boils down to one master rule about how great companies operate. And listen up, because this might be the most important lesson of all. Strategic analysis is not a one-time project you do and then just shove in a drawer. No way. It's a constant, living cycle. The best companies are always analyzing the situation, acting on what they find, learning from the results, and then starting the whole process over again. The world never, ever stops changing, so their analysis can't stop either. And the ultimate goal of this endless cycle is to achieve something called strategic alignment. This is the sweet spot. This is the magic. It's when your internal strengths are perfectly matched to take advantage of a real external opportunity, all while your strategy helps you defend against those nasty external threats. That is the winning formula. Ultimately, all of this leads to a pretty powerful conclusion about what it really takes to succeed. It's not always about being the biggest or having the most money. It's about this. The organizations that succeed are not necessarily those with the largest resources, but those that best understand their strategic position and continuously adapt. So look, here's the crucial point for you. SWOT analysis isn't just some boring business school buzzword. It's a mental model. Think of it like a new pair of glasses. It's a lens that gives you the power to look at any company, from the coffee shop on your corner to a global tech giant, and understand exactly how it's trying to win. So I'll leave you with this challenge. Think about your favorite brand. Could be a clothing line, a video game company, whatever. Using this framework, what do you think is the single biggest external threat or opportunity they're facing right now? And what internal strength do they have to deal with it? Once you start looking for it, I'm telling you, you will see strategy everywhere.